Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be doing my October bullet journal setup as well as flipping through all of my bullet journal spreads from the month of September. So without further ado, let's get on with the video. So today we will begin by flipping through all of the September spreads. So if you guys are interested in watching my September plan with me, I will make sure to link that in the description. But pretty much for September I wanted to keep things pretty simple and I used a nice neutral color scheme. So my cover page is this simple watercolor with a line drawing over top of this leaf type botanical drawing, and then I just wrote September on the bottom. Turning to the next page, I have my calendar over here, and I like how simple this one is. I use a lot of tan in this one, so you can see for the headers of the days of the week, and I also use this green-gray color throughout the month, which I also really like. And I incorporated a bunch of Pinterest photos, which I just printed out on some photo paper. If you guys are interested in seeing the pictures that I put in my journal, I will make sure to link my Pinterest down in the description box if you are at all interested. So here is one of my weekly spreads. Since school just started, I have a lot more things to do, so I need a lot more space for each of my days to write a thorough to-do list. And this spread is definitely one of my favorites for the month. I like how busy it is, and I also like how I used and incorporated a bunch of different photos and stickers. I used some stickers from Jenny Journals in here, which was really fun to use. And I also did a lot of background doodles with a light tan marker just to make the page a little bit more interesting. Here's my next weekly spread. I also incorporated a bunch of gold marker. And then this is the last week for September, which I haven't used yet because I'm filming this video ahead of time, but I'm going to be using this for the upcoming week. And those are all of my September spreads, so we are going to move on to the watercolor painting for the October cover page. So I started by taking out a glass jar of water for my watercolors and some paintbrushes, and today I'm going to be using my Koi watercolor set. I really like how compact this set is, and I like the colors in it. It's not super expensive, but it gets the job done. So I decided to do a super fall theme for this month, so incorporating pumpkins and leaves and orange and red, yellow types of shades of colors. So I started by sketching out this design on a piece of watercolor paper just with a pencil, and then I went ahead with my Koi watercolors and filled it in. So I found what worked best for me for making these pumpkins was to paint pumpkins a base layer or a base coat of an orange shade, letting that dry and then adding in some more details with darker browns and oranges. And I wanted to make sure that all these pumpkins were different colors, so I did some lighter ones and also some darker ones just to add a little bit more interest. And once the base coat had dried, I just went in with a darker shade of orange or red or brown or whatever and added some details. You can see the shadows and the crevices in some of the pumpkins. Here is a quick look at the piece in the middle after I had painted all of the pumpkins and before I started on the background. So for the background, I just went in with some black and also brown and just painted around all of the pumpkins. I tried to make the color a little bit more concentrated around the pumpkins just so it looked more like a shadow, but I wanted to keep the focus on the pumpkins and not on the background, so I just kept it very neutral. And after that had dried, I went in with a brown color to do the stems of pumpkins. So again, I incorporated a bunch of different colors with this. I did some darker shades and also some lighter ones depending on the pumpkin and also the angle of the stem, just so I could add some shadows to it. And yeah, I think that's it. So I'm actually pleasantly surprised with how this painting turned out. I didn't look at a picture for it, I just kind of freehanded it, and I'm happy with how it turned out. I think that it's super vibrant and it really captures fall really nicely. And the last thing to do once the painting had dried was to write October on the bottom, so I just used a ruler so it was straight and penciled that out first, and then I went in with my white Gelly Roll gel pen and just wrote October in a monoline cursive type font. So that is the completed page. After it had dried and everything, I glued it into my journal, but yeah. And next we are moving on to the calendar portion. So I started by planning this out with a pencil first because I always seem to screw up the calendar some way. I think I got it right this month, which is great. And then I just wrote that out in a fine liner, and on the side for my October little section, I took a photo that I printed from Pinterest and just wrote over it with a gold marker. And I also made an events and to-do section on the bottom and wrote the days of the week at the top. And then I also added some more stickers and washi tape. And on the next page I have my goals and highlights section on the left. So I just wrote goals out with a brown Tombow marker, and I used this cute pumpkin picture beside my title for highlights, and I wrote that out on some craft paper with a white marker and added a sticker over there. And on the other side I have my expense tracker, which I just wrote out with a Tombow marker, and I sectioned out all of my expenses into 4 different categories, and I also added a sticker on that page. And the last spread that I will be creating in this video is my first weekly spread of October. So I started by choosing some photos that I liked from Pinterest that I printed out on photo paper, and then I wrote October in the top with a brown Tombow marker, and then I added all of the days of the week with a monoline cursive type font with a fine liner, and I added some more stickers and washi tape, and also I added some floral type details with a gold marker. And so that concludes all of the spreads for October, except for the weekly ones, which I will continue to create throughout the month. But here is just a quick little flip through. If you guys are interested in watching my October spread from a year ago, I will make sure to link that in the description box. But yeah, there was the cover page, and here's the calendar. And I also really like how cohesive this theme is, and I think it'll be fun to use these fall-inspired colors throughout the month, especially before November comes, when the snow starts to come and the leaves are no longer as beautiful as they are right now. So those are all of the spreads, and yeah, I think that's it. Thank you guys so much for watching the video. I really appreciate it, and I hope to see you in my next video. Bye, and thanks for watching.